So, you've probably heard of the 2011 platformer game Alice Madness Returns, but have you played its predecessor, the 2000 game American McGee's Alice? Well, today I'm going to be reviewing American McGee's Alice, which is the very first game that I finished starting and playing on stream, so it kind of has a special place in my heart because of that. But I would still say it's definitely a game worth checking out. To purchase it on PC, it comes bundled with Alice Madness Returns, the complete edition. I actually haven't played all of Alice Madness Returns, but I can't wait to dive into it more because it does revisit pretty much all the same places and characters from the first game. So American McGee's Alice is a pretty old game. It's legally an adult and it can almost legally drink in the United States. But it doesn't really stand out as like terribly old or bad because of that. I've played plenty of games that came out after Alice that have worse graphics, worse controls, so I wouldn't let the age kind of drive you away. I feel like it holds up really well because of the really unique art style and environments. So Alice takes you to 9 very unique areas, which keeps the game really unique and exciting because as you progress through the game, you get to explore kind of like really completely new environments. Like each area is so different, which makes you want to keep on playing more and more. Okay, let's talk about the gameplay and difficulty. For me, I thought the gameplay was really fun and innovative. At its core, Alice is a platformer game, but there's also a lot of combat intertwined between these platforming sections. And there's some pure platforming areas, but a lot of it is kind of a mix between platforming and enemies, which is really fun. You're given 10 unique weapons in the game, which keeps the gameplay really innovative and exciting. Because there's not just one way to defeat an enemy, there's more than one way that you can, and they can totally change up the way you play.
As knowing where you're going is preferable to being lost, ask. Rabbit knows a thing or two, and I myself don't need a weather vane to tell which way the wind blows.
Beyond the cryptic clues that you get, there isn't really a lot of hand-holding present. It is a pretty linear game, but it still can be kind of challenging, but don't let that scare you away. I have never played a platformer game except for the Tomb Raider reboot games, and I was still able to finish this without really looking up guides except for a few parts. Even though I saved about 250 times, so really I checked and there's 250 saves that I made, I was able to finish on a normal medium difficulty in about 15 hours. One thing to note, once you select the difficulty, you can't go back and change it later, so keep that in mind whenever you start playing. And just like Ratatouille said, anyone can cook. I believe that anyone can play this game, if I can play it. Alright, let's talk about the story now. The story probably seems a little bit absurd at first. It does take place in Wonderland after all, but after playing for a while, you slowly kind of get hints and pieces of Alice's backstory, and you see a lot of the deeper themes in the game. Like, it deals with issues like mental health and grief, and it does it in a really, I feel like, nuanced way, and it doesn't feel disrespectful at all. But it still keeps the game fun and light because the setting is kind of fun and light to begin with. Alice as a character is also really interesting because, especially given when the game was made, she's, you know, a really well-written female protagonist, which made it really fun to play. She's witty, she's likable, she's a very strong female character that's not sexualized in any way, which I kind of really enjoyed and appreciated. The plot itself is also full of kind of surprising twists and turns. You don't really know what's going to happen next. It just kind of gets crazier and crazier. And there's also a lot of really interesting supporting characters that join the journey, and yeah, I thought the story and characters were really good. Alright, one of my favorite things about this game was the original score. I had so much fun when I went to a new area, just listening to whatever kind of music choices they had. The voice acting for, I think, Alice is really good, and same with the cat. There's a handful of characters that I just thought sounded kind of cartoony. It wasn't like horribly distracting. It was actually kind of funny because it's not like they were in there for the entire game. It's just a couple of minor characters. But yeah.
Hurry, Alice. The eye staff is yours. The troops are
Okay,
gathered.
this
Everything
guy's
is ready.
his
I'll deal
voice
with the
does
javelin.
not fit.
You are our champion. Lead us to victory in Queen.
Overall, I would definitely recommend American McGee's Alice to anybody looking to play a fun, really unique platforming game. It does kind of suck that the only way to get it is bundled with the sequel, but I will say, if you play this game and you enjoyed it, you'll definitely want to jump right into the sequel just like I did. Like I said earlier, I wouldn't let its age kind of deter you from playing it. I think that anybody in any skill level can enjoy this game. Just kind of like, just with anything, just persevere and play through, and I definitely think it's well worth playing and checking out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you guys want more game reviews in the future, let me know. Let me know what games you'd like me to review, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!